do you believe in destiny? What makes people fall out of love? What makes you think make people fall out of love? What is the best relationship advice you have for or you have received? Is unconditional love real?
I think so.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do.
YouTube, keep cool. It's your boy KvolioKlips back at it again with another episode of Content Conversation. And today we got a special guest. We got Diddle in the building. You know, y'all don't know this, my girlfriend.
Hey y'all.
And we will be discussing something that I feel like I needed another, not only just a female's point of view, but somebody that I'm in a personal relationship with. We will be discussing love. We'll be talking about love and what it means to be in love and unconditional love, all things of that nature we'll be discussing in this episode. And you'll get my take on it and you'll get her take on it. And yeah, stay tuned. And we're back. So you guys, love is a topic.
Mm-hmm.
Love. It's a funny topic. It's I don't know, like it's
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I don't know how to feel about it. I do have notes here because I'm going to be asking her questions as it pertains to love and, you know, like how she feels about certain aspects of love. So I know I go off of, first I always like to go off of the definition, what is love? But people always describe love in their own words. So Diddle, how do you describe love?
I would describe love as, I guess, just caring for somebody so much, you know, like putting someone else before yourself in a certain aspect. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people move in this world just thinking about self. And I think love is when you care about somebody, being empathetic and sensitive to how somebody or how you make somebody feel.
Okay. So
yeah.
I feel like she's describing love as selflessness. Being selflessness is her definition and it's her love language. I know you guys heard of love language and everybody has their own love language. Selflessness is her love language, whether it relates to me or anybody. She's very selfless when she shows that aspect of love. But me personally, I feel like love is, hey, if you an old head, you know this saying, love is what it does. And I feel like what I do for you pertains how much I love you. So things that I want to see myself doing for one of my friends, I would do for her because my love towards her is not the same equivalent as my love towards somebody else. It might be still love, but it's not the same. So it's like, for me, it's like love is what it does. Like, what are you doing? Right. And I'm not like a materialistic person, like gifts and stuff like that. But it's like, you know, how intentional are you being? How unconditional is it? How, you know, immersive is it? How spontaneous is it? And stuff like that. What are you doing to show that verb, that love? Right. But now that we said our definitions, now I'm going to go into the questions where I'm going to ask her how she feels about, you know, like these just love topics. So the first question is, do you believe in destiny? So do you believe, I would say in a certain aspect, love at first sight, like it was meant to be, this was destined to happen, you or me were.
Yeah. I believe that destiny is like a thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a thing. Yeah. And not only, I know we're on the love topic, but not only in just love, but in general, like how people come into your lives for different seasons, different periods of time. It's destiny. It's meant to be. And then in pertaining to like love, when you meet somebody and you go through things with them, or you know, y'all experience traveling, experiencing different stuff together, experiencing, you know, your first mountain climbing, your first canoeing, your first kayaking, your first, you know, just different things you're doing. it's meant to be.
Right.
Yeah, things are meant to be. Destiny, it's a thing.
And I feel like you control your own destiny. You hear a lot of people say you know, I don't know the saying, but it's like you basically control your own destiny. So that aspect, as it relates to love, is true too. Like, it can be destined, but what's destined isn't always promised. So what you're doing and how you're showing that affection, or how you're expressing that love towards someone, will delegate how strong y'all be together, or how I don't know how to say it, like how you know what I'm saying, like the longer you will stay in a relationship, or longer you stay in love. Yes, it might be destined to happen, but destiny doesn't equal security.
Yeah, you have to work.
If that makes if that makes sense. So this question is obviously your opinion. What makes people fall out of love? What makes you think make people fall out of love?
I think what makes people fall out of love is inconsistency. Is when you're not doing the work. And I say this because love, it doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen. Like, maybe at first, okay, it just happened. But you actually have to do things and act. Like, you have to be intentional. Yeah. You have to be intentional. Like, just like do certain things, plan certain things. It don't just have, you're not just gonna wake up and you go to work, they go to work, and you come back and do it all over again. You have to do something. Like,
you ain't just gonna stay in love just from going through the motions.
Right.
Being intentional, I learned that personally. Being intentional in everything that you do as it relates to relationships or goals or anything, you want to be an intentional person and be intentional what you want to go after. If you want something, be intentional about it and you'll grasp it. But being nonchalant about it, being day for day, thinking that stuff is locked in when it's really not, and when it's slowly unlocking and somebody is picking your lock and you don't even know it because you're just being lackadaisical, it'll happen to you. So be intentional. Right. So that intentionality is important.
It's important.
Is intentionality a word?
I don't think so.
hey, either way, be intentional in what you do, for sure.
Right. So that's my answer to that question.
Okay, so I know we just said being intentional is actually a thing and it is possible, but is unconditional love real?
I think so. Like, that's a hard one.
So let's break it down. What do you define unconditional love?
Loving somebody through up, down, rich, poor. Okay. Basically like wedding vows. Like, you loving somebody through everything. Yeah, it's unconditional. Like, no matter, something could change tomorrow and you're still gonna love them. Like, that's how I would define it. But people say like they love people unconditionally, but like everybody done seen, like, when they family, they friends, somebody do something to you, it's over. Yeah.
Look, man, I'm sorry. Hey. Man, get out. But just hear me out, man. Bounce. I don't want to see you, talk to you, kick it with you, skate with you, nothing, man.
And be like, nah,
you don't love me how you say you love me. Right. And I was thinking when I was asked that question, I was thinking it ain't real, because I'm thinking on the bad side, like, if you crazy, nah, I ain't gonna love you no more. It ain't like, if you do something, it rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, it's conditional. It's the condition is you not doing the right thing.
Yeah, so I get that too.
Yeah, so I guess it is in a sense, though. It's unconditional even through the thick and the thin, rich or poor. Right. To have it, to hold all of that. Yeah. Like, it is unconditional, but to a certain extent, right, I'm gonna hold you down. But you start doing all of that. Yeah. To the left.
I think it does exist more probably in, the older generations more. Because, like how our grandparents and, their grandparents moved, and
morals, values. All of that is standing. They standing on
business.
They standing on
business. Okay, pick a thing. They ain't leave it. Like, it's just,
our generation, we got to step it up and we got to stand on business. We got to stand on the morals and principles. But, Yeah, it's
different for our generation now.
It definitely is. I'm not a part of my generation though. I don't classify us as part of my generation.
Neither. I don't want to be a part.
I'm with my grandma now. I'm with all of them back in the day. So another question is, what is the best relationship advice you have for or you have received?
That I have received. I don't even know who would have told me this, but like everybody knows, you keep people out your business. That's the number one.
Keep them out your business.
Friends, family, your mama, your daddy, your grandma, everybody. Like you have to. Like I know, like sometimes you need somebody to vent to, but when you realize, like the next day, like, oh, that really wasn't even that serious. Yeah. Now
that unconditional love that you have for that person, that same person doesn't have that loyalty towards that person.
Exactly. So now you the topic of the discussion to your mama, your brother, your cousin, everybody.
Now you always that raggedy head nigga that done did my daughter wrong. And she that hussy that done did my baby wrong.
Right.
Like, just keep it to yourself. Yeah. You know, cause man. Like, everybody's intentions.
Every now and then, everybody's different. Every now and then, like vent to a certain extent. Yeah. But for the most part, just try to pray, meditate, and look within yourself. Write stuff down, or counseling, whatever. Do something, to express yourself without having to express it to your family and friends. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's other ways.
Trust me, you will thank yourself if you keep 90% of the stuff, whether it's relationship or not, whether it's anything, you'll thank yourself for keeping it to yourself, because everybody doesn't need to know everything, and it's best that they don't know, because everybody doesn't have your best intention. You know what I'm saying? They don't have your best interest. Yeah. They don't have your best interest at all. So, keep that to yourself. I think the best advice that I have gotten is being intentional, which I have been practicing for the past, few years now. Just being intentional in every aspect of life, not only relationships in the home is where it starts, because if you're not home, happy wife, happy life. If you're not happy at home, then what you gonna go out to? You gonna want to go out to the streets, and then you ain't happy in the streets because you got to go back home. So it's gonna be an unbalance on both ends. So just starting with that, being intentional in your confines of your home, and then just break out that being intentional into the world, into your job, your workplace, your school, whatever you're doing. Just have some type of integrity and just determination, and just being intentional, and I'm telling you,
fall into place.
It'll fall into place. Being intentional, that's the best advice that I have gotten. Yeah. So this is the last question, and this we kind of went over these questions or whatever, and this is gonna be kind of like the hardest one. If you had only 5 words left before losing your voice, what would you say to your loved ones?
Let me guess, I go first.
It's like you only got 5 words, y'all, not 5 sentences. So it's like
5 words.
The only thing that I can think of is I love you so much.
Right.
That's the only thing. So it's like, but 5. I feel like this topic, the word of this episode is intentional. So 5 intentional words of love. What can you think of?
Let me see. Ooh, I got 5. Put your all into everything. And I say, put your all into everything.
That's what you're gonna tell your loved ones before you lose your voice? That sounds like a TED Talk. We talking about somebody that you can't talk to no more. You gonna tell me that? Put your all in. Just what the hell? You don't love me?
Look, I guess I'm just thinking from like a motivational standpoint, because I don't want them to dwell on like my past. So
you're supposed to be cinematic. You're supposed to be like love.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me change.
What Vin Diesel said? Family.
See, okay.
I don't know. I think you can only think of a sentence though.
Yeah, that's
to be honest. Yeah. I love you so much. That's
never forget me, you guys. Yeah. That's all.
Never forget me, you guys. Never forget me, you guys. I guess never forget you. She ain't dead.
I don't know why I'm saying this. Why am I saying this like I'm done? Oh my god.
Well, they'll never forget what you said. That'll be the last thing you said. Well, yeah, y'all. Love what it does. Love is what it do. You know what I'm saying? So what we do. And another one is that I was thinking about, what was it? It was about platonic relationship. How do you feel about platonic relationships? You know what platonic means?
Like friendships, like
that aren't romantic.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean how I feel about them?
How do you feel about platonic relationships? Like, because that's still love, but it's not romantic.
Yeah, are we talking about like me and like a female?
Or male.
I mean, they're important. Platonic relationships, you have to have a person to talk to, a friend, outside of your significant other. And I think those are important for like just support, motivation. Like if you in school, with work, like it's a lot of stressors in our society from whether it's family, personal, work, like I said. And if you don't have like a village, right, or a support system and platonic friendships to help you like cope, help you get through the day sometimes, then it can feel like you're drowning. You know what I mean? And it's only so much, family and your significant other can do.
You're right. Right.
How do you feel?
I feel I feel like they're needed too, because I feel like that sets boundaries, because you should be able to love someone without it being romantic. And I said platonic, but I really wanted to say love for somebody that's platonic, that's a different sex.
That's what I was trying to get.
Yeah, like because it's like, it's kind of hard to have somebody you say you love that's a different sex, that's not your family member, that's like, but I'm not in love with you. So I feel like it's important to have that type of discipline, but it's also important to have that boundaries to be like, hey, I can't have a platonic relationship with somebody of different sex and it still be love, and it's not lust, and it's not, romanticized or stuff like that. It's important to have that kind of, characteristic about yourself or discipline about yourself. So, I think it's important. It's tricky to go through because you can't control how the other person feels, but it's a good aspect to have about yourself.
Right. But, yeah, those are tricky. Yeah. Because like you said, setting boundaries and knowing like, okay, hey, no, or or like, okay, this is friendship. You just have to be able to decipher, and really, like, when you meet these people,
you'll know off the bat what it is.
Right.
Y'all know,
and it's just like
if it's platonic. from that handshake to whenever y'all went to high school together and everything. If it's platonic or not. At the end of the day, we ain't finna sit here and play these games. Y'all know it is platonic. Exactly. Y'all know if y'all had that little thought in the back of your head.
Yes.
Even if it ain't you, if you thinking about them they flirting with you and you not. Yeah. Y'all know. So
you just have to be like real with yourself.
Yes, definitely.
First of all, like, don't be like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's tricky. Just setting boundaries, that's the number one thing. So once those boundaries are set, if it's crossed, you know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cut it off.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
And it's pretty simple.
Yeah. It's not simple for everybody. But anyway, that's another topic.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I appreciate Diddle for coming on and talking about love with us. Speaking of love, I love you guys. Thank y'all for letting me reach 1,300 subscribers. Big ups to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all continue to like, comment, and subscribe for your boy. Give me some topics down below. Make sure you share this video. And she don't really have a YouTube, but I guess I'll put something of hers in there, because we're not really not on social media either. But I'll put something of hers for y'all to go and show her some love. But until then, you guys, it's your boy KvolioKlips signing out. SELAH.